Hi, this is cycle 3, week 6, the final project. I love this one because it brings everything that the kids have worked on for the last 5 weeks together and kind of shows them the different elements that they've learned. So in the instructions, I have this switched, but I'm going to say for my class, we're going to do the second activity first and the first activity second, because I think that the second activity is a better compilation of the last 5 weeks, and I want to make sure that we have enough time for that, and if we have extra time, then we can go to the first activity. Does that make sense? So, second activity. Each kid is going to get a sheet that looks like this, okay? So it has week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and what we learned for that week. What the kids are gonna do, and the tutor is going to do this with them. Obviously put a name label on this, please. You need colored pencils, and pastels. So I think that it would be really good for you as the tutor to do this with them. You can either do it on your whiteboard, or you can do it actually on this sheet of paper and then show them what you're doing. But you're going to go back to week 1 and you're going to review what were oils and what does the trunk of a tree have. It mainly has curved lines. So then you're going to have kids draw some curved lines and make the trunk of a tree, however they want to do it, but that's the idea, okay? Number 2, you're going to have kids do a mirror image. So I actually almost connected my images up here and on the bottom, but right, you have the half of a tree and then the other half of the tree. So we're not drawing it, it's like we're drawing the tree halfway down. You can just have the kids do it on one side too, if that's easier. The third one is upside down. So the same tree that they drew in number 1, have them try and draw it in number 3, but have them try and draw it upside down. So it's not that the tree trunk, or the tree trunk will be at them. They're not going to draw the tree trunk down here and the tree's upside down. The paper's upside down. Do you see the difference in that? I guess it doesn't really matter. Either way. Or you can have them draw it upside down because it's the same idea. So you could have them do the trunk and then the tree that way, like that, upside down too. Number 4 is abstract. That one is going to be with pastels. So you can see with mine, I just did something that you're not going to see a tree look like, right? But you kind of know it's a tree by looking at it, but you're not going to see a purple and, I don't know, blue and pink and silver tree out in the wild. And that's okay. That's abstract art. And then number 5 is perspective. So super easy. You're just going to need to draw a vanishing point, or a line, and then a vanishing point, 2 lines down, and then the tree going up. And then they can color that in. You can have kids do the whole thing in pencil and then color it in, or you can have them use the colored pencils throughout the project. I think that might get a little, what word am I trying to think? Just like waste time, I guess, because I think that the kid's going to want the pink and that kid's going to want the brown for the tree. And I think if you just use a pencil to start, it might be better. And then if you have time at the end, you can color them in. Okay, so that's the project. Put it in their folder because this one's, I like this one. It will just be a good compilation of what they can see. And if you want, you can send an extra sheet home with kids, maybe if they really want to do it at home or something. Again, if you have any extras of those, I don't need them back. Okay, so now on to, sorry, I don't have this sheet, but now on to activity 1. So in your folder, on the left-hand side, there are these roll animals. Okay, and I have it on here. I have week 4, but it's week 6. I think we used it at week 4 at a different time. So there's 7 copies of each one, and there's 2 total copies. So there's 14 sheets of paper, front and back. I need these back, guys. I never get these back. And I'm really sorry, and I know it's not like your fault or whatever, but kids really want to take these home. So if you perceive that happening, either make copies, or I can send this email, this PDF, I think I have this as a PDF. I can send this PDF out, but I need these copies back. And I think for my class, I'm going to laminate them. Office Depot was out of lamination paper right now, but I'm actually going to laminate them. So then it doesn't allow for a kid to take it, because he'll be like, oh, you know, I'm not going to take just this, if that makes sense. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to be mean and weird about it, but okay. So what's going to happen is each kid's going to get a sheet of paper. I'm just going to use the back of this, okay? Sheet of paper. They're going to say, oh, I want to do the penguin. So first you're going to put a name label on this, and this one they could take home if they really want. And you roll a 3. So they're going to make this body, because they rolled a 3. And then their second roll, they're going to roll a 5. So then they make these eyes, and then they make this nose, a beak, and then they make these feet. And so then you have these funny penguins, there's butterflies, people can pick out whatever they want, a fish, an owl, and so then they make these funny creatures. It's just an idea of reviewing all of the different elements that we worked on in kind of a fun, silly way. And if you want, you can have partners, maybe do an image together. And if you don't want them to roll, they can just pick which one's their favorite. Also a possibility. But I think that's it. So, again, if you don't get to this, I don't think it's the end of the world. I think this project is more important for reviewing. And we do these in other cycles too. So, if possible, I'm going to avoid this for my class. But that's just me. All right, good luck.